Joe Derek was just talking in the clubhouse and said he felt like he could have played Sunday night. Is the plan to play him in the night game tonight, or are you going to stay away from him?
No, he's playing the night game.
And you look at the guys that you brought up, John Ryan Murphy. What made you decide to go with him instead of Romine?
Well, we liked what he did last year when he came up. We liked what he did in spring training, and we decided to go with him. It's probably a pretty close call. They both have experience, but we went with Murph.
With Sizemore, he said that he took some grounders at first, doesn't have a ton of experience. Do you think you'll try to use him there a little bit, or is he going to be more?
It's possible. We'll have to see what we have, with Brian Roberts, too, going forward. Hopefully he'll be back fairly shortly. I think he was scheduled to play there Tuesday, but they never play AAA. They get rained out or snowed out every day, and they seem to bring it here.
Will you stay away from Roberts today?
Yes.
Anthony.
Joe, did you keep Jeter out of the first game just because it's wet out there? And
No. You have a right-hander and you have a left-hander going. That's why.
Can you just pass it behind you? Thanks.
What's your first base situation after Kelly? I mean, who else do you have? Who would you think?
I could put Sizemore there. I think I could put Solarte there, and obviously I know I can put Beltran there. Probably wouldn't be my second choice, though.
Dan, here you
go. Your plan, though, until Mark gets back, though, would be to put Kelly there if you can.
Well, yes. And it also depends on Brian, because with Brian, against some of the lefties, it gives me another right-handed bat as well if I needed to give Kelly a day off.
So you would give Kelly a day off against a lefty?
We're going to see a couple lefties in Tampa.
And you wouldn't mind using one of these other guys at first base?
I think I would probably run Sizemore out there.
Is there?
Go
it's
ahead.
possible.
Go ahead, Dan.
I'll see how he feels, though. I got to see how he's doing.
Is there a plan for Teixeira yet? Is he going with you guys to?
He's already there.
He's already there.
Tampa.
And do you know what he's doing down there?
Well, he's working out today. I'm not sure when he's getting in a game. I got to find that out. I should have asked.
Michael.
I'll have it for you after the game.
Joe, what's the prognosis on Roberts? I mean, could it be long-term?
No. It's just some back spasms. He's much better. I just would probably stay away from him today and see where we're at tomorrow.
Anthony, Bill.
Joe, I know this is going back a little ways, but the play at the plate in Toronto, and you said you were going to talk to Joe Torre about the collision rule. Did you ever have that conversation, and what came of it?
I have. It seems to be a difficult timing call in a sense to make. When is it considered blocking the plate? If the runner is 30 feet away and he steps in and the ball happens like that. So I think it's probably going to be the thing that is talked about the most. There is no clear-cut answer on what is blocking the plate, what is considered blocking the plate right now. It's somewhat of a it's up to the umpires. So it's kind of difficult on what to tell your catchers, but we all know it's a rule that's in beginning stages, and we're probably going to have to go through some things before we actually have exactly what is considered blocking home plate, and it's going to take some time. Obviously, you'd like to have it ironed out, but it's not, and I'll live with it, and we'll move on.
Somebody had one over here. Oh, I'm sorry, Bill, go ahead.
Joe, probably after all of the years you played in Wrigley Field in April, these conditions today, especially with Cub uniforms out there, probably you're going to feel right at home out there today.
Yeah, especially if the wind was howling in, you'd feel right at home.
I'm not sure where it's howling from, but it's howling pretty bad out there. I'm just wondering, how do these conditions really affect the players when it's cold and windy and miserable like this? And do you have is there a concern about injuries?
Sure. Yeah, there is a concern.
Pulling all these muscles and
right.
the way things are happening these days.
There is a concern about keeping them warm, keeping them loose, keeping them stretched. You play one game and you sit for a few hours and you play another game. That's a concern as well. You got to get through. We got to get through one day of it. Then we're going back indoors. and it'd probably be warm in Tampa anyway, even if we were outdoors. But it's always a concern. You worry about pitchers as well. You worry about, sometimes the pitches that require a little bit more feeling because their hands are cold. You worry about guys throwing the ball because their hands are cold and they don't have that same feel as they would on a warm day. So, yeah, it's a concern, but you got to get through it.
Kevin and Dave.
Joe, I know it's early, but what kind of vibe have you gotten from your team already? You've had some unique circumstances, injuries, and things like that. What kind of feeling are you getting from these guys?
It's a team that I get the feeling is willing to do anything. Where they're playing or where they're hitting in the lineup doesn't seem to bother them. They just want to play and contribute, which is a good thing for a manager and an organization that, because sometimes you have some injuries and you have to adapt a little bit about where people play. And they've been very willing to do anything.
Tanaka, I don't know this for a fact, but he probably is not accustomed to pitching in this kind of cold. Is that an issue?
No, they pitch in Japan in this. So, he's pitched in cold weather. So, I don't know how it's going to affect him, but I don't think it's completely foreign to him.